everyone! If you haven't seen my recent posts on my social media such as Twitter and Facebook, I have news for you all. I had surgery. Yep, it's not life or death or anything, but it was pretty serious. So today, I will explain to you my story of my surgery. On Monday the 9th of July, I started experiencing really bad cramps in my stomach. Mum thought it was due to my hacking and coughing from the week before when I had bronchitis, and I thought it was from my period pain which I had the week before and ended the day before Monday. To ease the pain, my mum gave me a hot pack and some Panadol, but for some reason it wasn't working. I brushed it aside though and tried to not think of the pain. I thought it'd be gone soon, and boy was I wrong. Tuesday came and the pain was still there. My mum gave me more Panadol and more hot packs, but still the pain didn't stop. And that night, I didn't sleep very well. In fact, I didn't really sleep much at all. I was tossing and turning, I was lying on my back, I thought I'd lie on my belly, but still it wouldn't go away. In the end, I went to sleep around 5 a.m. It was the worst pain in my life. The next morning, I had to attend a tutoring session for my English. Through all of this tutoring session, all I thought about was the pain. I was having medication, but I could have just been having Skittles for how much it was helping me. The pain would just not leave. That night, I had to attend an important rehearsal for a big production I was in, the Catholic School's Time to Shine. Every minute I was at this rehearsal, I would get more and more pain. One of the girls offered me 2 boat sickness tablets, but once again, it didn't work. Now, I must emphasize a point here. I'm not a person who likes to express my pain. I don't like to express my pain because I don't like to put worry on others like my mum and my friends. So when I say that this was hurting, it was really, really hurting. After the rehearsal, I walked back to the car, I slumped in my seat, and I just said to my mum, "Take me to the hospital." And that's basically what we did. Well, we tried to anyway. On our way to the doctor, because it took an hour to get there, we called just in case they were maybe closing early. And sure enough, they were. They have these new times now for this nearby hospital, and they were closing just before we would arrive. So that was off the table. We then checked some nearby surgery places, but once again, they were booked or closed. At home, we tried booking the 123 doctor, but after waiting an hour for the results, there was no doctors. They were all busy. Thanks. So at this point, my pain was intense. My mum then tried calling nurses for advice, and they told me to call Doctor, which is another place where they have doctors come to you. So the doctor said that they would bring a doctor over as soon as possible, and at this point my mum asked if I wanted to maybe go to a hospital. I'm not really good with hospitals, so I just said no and thought it would probably pass. Finally, at 1 a.m, the doctor arrived. He gave me the standard checkup any doctor would give me, and I have to say at this point, I've been having these kind of pains for nearly over a year now. It's been happening so long, and I've been going to so many different doctors, but all they've said to me are things like, it's just stress, it's just period pain, it's just maybe something you've eaten. This doctor, however, knew what he was doing! After giving me the standard checkup, he told me something wasn't right. He ruled out appendicitis and told me that I should probably go get an ultrasound. You heard me right, an ultrasound. My mum rang a few places, and then finally we found one that would take me in the next morning. However, I was not mentally prepared to go to an ultrasound. You have no idea how awkward I felt walking through the ultrasound place and my mum telling the nurse that I needed an ultrasound. Anyway, the ultrasound went fine, and if any of you guys have an ultrasound, they're really fine. Like, they're not painful, they're easy to do, and no, they didn't find any aliens in my stomach. Anyway, they told me that I would get my results that afternoon, and so I tried to keep the pain out of my mind, and oof, was that hard. I even had a rehearsal that day where I had to do actual like dancing and walking around, and I just was like, kill me! That afternoon, I went to the doctor and got my results from the ultrasound, and they told me I have not 1, not 2, but multiple gallstones. If you don't know what gallstones are, I'm going to give you the definition right now with my script. Gallstones are hard crystalline stones that are formed in the gallbladder and can cause extreme pain and discomfort. Yeah, we left the doctors with a referral and then headed home. While I was on my bed having a massive wave of pain rush through me, my mom got the task to find a surgeon. After she called multiple places, she found that most of these surgery places were closed because it was the holidays and the surgeons wanted to have time with their friends and family, which is understandable, but I'm in pain! So through this, my mum persevered and tried to find me a surgeon. After an hour or two more, she finally found a surgeon. The next day, I was with my boyfriend and his stepbrother, and my mum got the call for the results. Now I want to pause and tell you what the doctor said I had to have. Pausing now. You know what it was? It was surgery! Yeah. And not only was it surgery, I had to have the surgery that day. The surgeon had looked at my results, already called the hospital and booked the theatre. The receptionist called my mom and said, "Hey, pack an overnight bag, you're gonna do surgery at 9 p.m. tonight." And I was just thinking in that moment, tonight? Tonight? That's like 7 hours away. I wasn't prepared for this. I was still curled up in my ball of pain with my boyfriend and his stepbrother trying to comfort me. I wasn't prepared to go into a hospital and do major surgery on my stomach. But to what felt like a flash to me, my mum had packed me an overnight bag, we got in the car, dropped my boyfriend off and his stepbrother and took me to the hospital. In the car, I was thinking, I am going to die. We reached the hospital, went to reception, my mum signed the forms and I was sent to my room. And I have to say, I liked my room. I was by myself, I had plenty of room, I had a bathroom, I had like a nice, kind of like, what are those things next to a bed? Just drawers. And just put my books on there, had a place to put my clothes in and lock it if there was anything like that I wanted to keep from prying hands, like knocked out. And yeah, it was pretty cool. They also had a big TV and I was happily watching like for 7 hours movies and TV shows. While I was watching these movies, the nurse came in and gave me some socks, which kind of reminded me of Alice in Wonderland, so I liked them. After putting the socks on, I then decided to put on my, you know, that kind of robe thing that we were supplied with, like it was blue and it shows your butt. I put on that and I just watched a bit more movies, and then at 9 p.m. I was put into the theatre. I saw my mum right before I left and she seemed to be smiling, but I knew she was scared. I was scared even. Like, this is surgery. And surgery is a pretty scary thing. While waiting to go actually in the theatre, there was like a door between me and the theatre, and like I was in this little mini room getting all set up. I commented how today was Friday the 13th and I called the doctors demon doctors. Thankfully they laughed. And I was like, ooh, that wouldn't have been good if they didn't like that. Anyway, they did laugh and then they told me to relax, and before I knew it, I was out like a light. So 2.5 hours later, I woke up in my hospital room. The nurse was there and she gave me some ice cubes, an icy pole and some ice cream because she told me I had a tube down my mouth to help me breathe, and that could have possibly given me some really bad sore throatage. I have to say though, even though I was having ice cubes and icy poles and ice cream, the pain I felt was horrendous. I just remember it felt way worse than when I had the pain before that, and I didn't know it could be even more painful. I was literally crying from how painful it was. I asked for painkillers and they said they'll give it to me in around 3 hours, and at that point I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. But I was just like, fine, I'll wait 3 hours, and I went to sleep. Now one thing I have to mention, when I sleep, I don't usually lie on my back. I usually sleep on my side. So to lie on my back, because I couldn't really roll it aside from the pain I felt, was a struggle, but I did. I woke up at around 3 a.m, my mum was gone, but thankfully the nurse was there and he gave me the painkillers. It didn't really work at first, but half an hour later they slowly came into effect. I then went back to sleep and woke up at 6 a.m. for some strange reason. I was just like waking up every 3 hours for some weird unknown reason. But then I went back to sleep and woke up at 8 a.m. and my mum was there. So when I woke up with my mum there, I was given breakfast and watched some TV to pass the time. I then slowly and carefully got up and tried to walk laps around the level which I was staying on. And it kind of hurt a lot. Like, I literally couldn't use my stomach muscles, which is like one of the core things you have to use to stand up and down. So I had to get my mum and the nurse to hold on to me and lift me up like I was a child. But anyway, I still did it because I wanted to push myself. The nurse then told me if I can do one more lap, I can go home. And thankfully, I did. Didn't want to, but I did. After completing the lap, I returned to my room and was surprised because I found a bouquet of flowers. I read it and it said it was from one of the teachers at my school, which I have to say was really nice. I didn't know that they knew about my surgery, honestly. Mid-afternoon came and I farewelled the hospital and went home. When I got home, my mum explained in more detail of what I actually had done to me. So the thing that was wrong with me is that I didn't just have gallstones. The problem was that my gallbladder was in the right place, but positioned in a weird way, and somehow my liver was attached to it, and that caused my gallbladder to not function properly and create all these gallstones. Yeah. So when I had surgery, I had a thing called keyhole surgery and ended up having 1, 2, 3, 4 holes put into me. And yeah, they cut off a bit of my liver, then removed my gallbladder. I'm honestly like still in a bit of pain from when I was in surgery. Like it's been like over 4 weeks now, I think. Like around 4 weeks I've been away and my pain is still there, but I'm getting better. They're like mostly all healed now. And that is that. That is my story. Wow. So now I have no gallbladder. But now that I have no gallbladder, I have to watch what I eat. So now, I have to avoid the following: French fries and hot potato chips, high-fat meats such as bologna, sausage and ground beef, high-fat dairy such as cheese, butter, ice cream and whole milk, pizza, creamy soups and sauces, meat gravies, chocolate, oils such as coconut and palm oil, chicken or turkey skin, and spicy foods. Now, with this list of foods, there's some foods that I don't mind giving up, but it kind of hurts me to know that I can't eat pizza or ice cream anymore. I know a lot of you will be thinking that I'm overreacting right now because of my new diet, but I have a simple answer for you. I'm a teenager, and being a teenager right now, I have so much stress in my life already. I have things like school, outside activities, trying to get accepted in university while still trying to pursue my YouTube career. So to know that I have to watch what I eat is annoying. Teenagers are supposed to do work, but also have time to have fun. And it doesn't help to know that this medical problem that I had is more common in people in their like 50s, not when you're 17 years old and a teenager. And it also doesn't help to know that I had an eye test at this time as well, and know now that I'm short-sighted and have to have glasses when I'm trying to read things on a whiteboard. This is all too much. I'm literally on the verge of breaking down from stress. I didn't ask for this, and I don't want to be a burden on my mum or my friends. I'm so worried and piled up with fears of being a disappointment for myself and others. And I just want to be... I don't like it. I don't like that I have to watch what I eat. I don't like that I have all this stress. I don't want all this. I just want to be a normal teenager again. But I'm not a normal teenager anymore. And I have to accept that. I have to accept that there are some things I just can't do anymore. There's some things I can't ever experience. And now as I talk to you guys, I realize how much things I haven't done because I'm afraid. I'm so filled with fear every single day of my life that I haven't done so much that I've always wanted to do. There's so many ideas for this YouTube channel that I've had passion for, but I've never pursued because I thought, what if no one likes it? What if they'll judge me for it? What if they think that it's just stupid and I shouldn't do this at all? I realize that if I don't stop myself from holding myself back with these irrational fears, I won't only be letting you guys down, I'll be letting myself down. So thank you guys for watching. I know that this was a really hard video for me to make. It had like a lot of emotions in this video, and I didn't really want to cry. I don't like crying in front of people, especially not the internet, for everyone to see. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to like maybe tell me about your surgeries or like struggles in your life, comment and tell me. I won't hesitate in like replying to your comments and supporting you as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully make a new video soon, and I'll see you guys later.